Hey guys, it's Bridget from Open Chair Counseling, and we're talking all about different categories of coping skills. And one of the categories, or kind of like groups or types that I want to talk about, is organizational skills. A lot of times we can feel really stressed out and overwhelmed just by the amount of things that we have to do, and we feel really chaotic and like, where do I even begin? And it's so much, I don't even feel like I can deal with it. Ooh, okay. Well, let's start with making a list. Try making a list of all the things that you need to get done. Absolute needs, not necessarily wants at this moment. We're just talking about things that are emergency, like urgent, need to get done right now. Try to keep this to 7 items or less. Because, first off, 7 items on a to do list is kind of like the maximum amount of things that we can keep in our short term memory of things that we need to work on. Anything more than that, and we'll start missing stuff. So try to keep it to 7 or less things. Also, kind of reason number 2 is that if there's more than 7 things, that list can feel really overwhelming. So if we can keep it to 7 or under that, we will usually feel like, okay, that's a good amount of things that I feel like, yeah, there's some pressure on me to get some work done, but I don't feel so overwhelmed by things that I just throw the whole list out. So another great coping skill is making a list of choices. Instead of a list of things that we need to do, maybe make a list of choices or options that you have. A lot of times in life, we're up against challenges where we feel like we need to make snap decisions, or we're kind of between a rock and a hard place, if you've ever heard that phrase before, where we feel like there's no good option. Like either way you turn, it's a challenge, it's a struggle. Make a list of the choices or the options that you have available to you. Even if it's something as simple as, I have the option or the choice not to deal with this. That might not be the most productive option, but it's an option that you have. So start writing things down. What are some ways that I can deal with this? This is a great way to boost your self-efficacy and remind yourself or reinforce for yourself that I do have choices. I do have options. I can make my own decisions. I am in control of a good amount of things in my life. Declutter your space. So maybe that means you need to move a bunch of things off of your desk, or you need to clear out your room, or whatever you need to do to make your environment feel less cumbersome, less stressful, so that you can actually like breathe and relax and focus. Because if we can focus better and be in a clearer headspace, that means that we can handle stress more easily, right? And handling stress more easily is the whole goal. Make a plan or a schedule of how you will tackle or attack certain things that you maybe have on your to-do list, or are coming up in your future. When I was in college, I was an academic coach, and one of the first things that I would do with students who came in for academic coaching is we would make like a week schedule or a month schedule, depending on how many things that they, how many things they felt like they had going on. A lot of times we would start with a week, and we would plan out Sunday to Saturday every hour of their day. And I know that feels like a lot, but when you start plugging things in and have dedicated time for, when am I going to go to class? When am I going to do homework? When am I going to eat meals? When am I going to go to soccer practice? When am I going to hang out with friends? When am I going to go to that musical that I wanted to, or go to that movie that I bought tickets to? We start with the concrete things that we can't change, like when you have to go to work or when you have to go to class. And then we put in the slightly less concrete things, but still really important, like when am I going to eat meals, or when am I going to study? Then we can have more spots to kind of fluidly put in, like when am I going to do self-care things, or when am I going to have free time to hang out with friends, so that you feel less stress about how you're using your time, and also feel less guilt about giving yourself free time, because you've balanced it out with work time or study time. Also, another great kind of motivational or organizational coping skill is make a list of things that drive you. Make a list, and I don't mean like drive you in a car. I mean, make a list of things that motivate you. Make a list of values. Make a list of goals. Make a list of things in your life that are giving you the encouragement or giving you the motivation to keep going. Because a lot of times life can feel very overwhelming. It can feel very stressful, and we feel like we don't have reasons to keep trying. We don't have reasons to keep going, but there's always a good reason to keep trying. There's always, not to say like the grass is always greener on the other side, because that gets into comparison, which isn't really helpful, but what kind of life do you want to make for yourself? Where are you headed? Where are your goals? Where are your priorities? What do you want to look back on in your life and say, like, wow, I'm so proud that I accomplished all of these things? And to think I could have given up, to think so many times I was discouraged and I almost lost motivation completely. But now, like, I have all of these awesome experiences or skills or hobbies or people that I've met or jobs that I've had or languages I can speak or whatever the thing is. Make a list of things that encourage and motivate you to keep pushing forward.